clinch the fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round. We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35.
At their own 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Let him know. Let him know. Whip. Watch the whip. Shit.
On 1st down, it's Haskins. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington 1st down.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Watch the run. Check. 22, check, cover. Squeeze.
They go play action here on 1st down. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. This is caught. Touchdown, Washington. DK Metcalf, 51 yards. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Hopkins with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game.
Eagles nothing.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Miles Sanders first carry of the game. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Recon, 132 fighter.
On 2nd down now. It's Sanders, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
Let's get it. Here we go. 180. Great. 46 down, man. 5-4. Hey, exit. 6-6, pull it high.
Play fake to Sanders. Now here's Wentz. Got his man. It's Arcega-Whiteside. There he goes, right side. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Now Matt Bryant on for the point after. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece.
Ties the game at 7. Matt Bryant sets the kickoff.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And it's a short kick, taken right around the 19. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Darius Geis, his first carry of the game. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. Tackle made that time by Brandon Graham.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Geis with a carry on second down. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down. You don't see that a ton, do you? A cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
8 yards there on a first down.
There are a lot of tough routes to try and cover. When you see a runner come out of the backfield and run this angle route, looks like they're going to the flat, and then they put their foot in the ground and cut back sharply inside, not easily covered, and then when they catch it, good momentum built up by them as well.
And able to pick up the first. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. So add that tackle for a loss to the 2 that he had a week ago.
And you know what he's doing right now?
Smiling?
Yeah, definitely doing that. But he's also patting his guys on the back, his defensive front, because they're keeping him clean, meaning no one's getting to him as a blocker. He's able to run to the football, and the plays he's making, he's spilling them in the offensive backfield.
On 2nd and 15 now. Haskins. That's complete to John Ross. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 45-yard line.
But that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
On first down, this is Geis. Able to spin free. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Geis. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Throwing
now, Haskins on first down. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. It's a first down for the Redskins on a pickup of 11. Haskins now already over 100 yards passing in just this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. Now a toss. This is Geis. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Check 13. Check 13.
Here's Geis. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Count me as a little bit surprised by what we just saw there because this has been a pretty long drive, and normally you think that wears down a defense. In this case, looked like the offensive line let them down a little bit.
They allowed the penetration and the ability to stuff them for a loss. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on third down.
I got you. Right there. 54. Right there. 54.
Third down. Here's Haskins. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. No doubt, a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
They start on the ground here at Sanders. And he'll be taken down at the 18. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
He's got a first down and more past the 30. Finally taken down at the 32-yard line. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Wentz. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Well, it looked like a quick hitter, a 3-step drop, but when it's not there, what do? He elects to try and escape through the massive bodies up the middle, and he does so and picks up positive yardage.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And down to the 29-yard line. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down. They've done a pretty good job containing him up until this drive, and until that run, there was no containing him at all.
Yeah, you're right about that. He finally popped free. But we didn't have to be in their practice sessions. We didn't have to be in their meeting rooms. They planned for a run like that to happen, maybe a couple of them. But what did they tell their guys all week? You know what they said. Move on to the next play. That one just happened. Let it go.
On 2nd down, it's Sanders. And a penalty flag down as he gets only about a yard. And let's listen in on the call. That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Now they'll throw it. Wentz. Forced out to his left. He's going to take off with it. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins' 17-yard line. So the youngster able to use the legs to pick up the first.
And one of my pet peeves when they see this guy play, when Carson Wentz takes off running the football, I always hear people go, oh, he's sneaky athletic. No, he's athletic. Watch him do it. It's an integral part of the quarterback run game, and he gets it done very, very well.
You don't like sneaky athletic, do you? That's just kind of a jab in the back.
Yeah, not when it doesn't apply. I think that's a stereotype that needs to be broken down for him.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Wentz on the draw, leaves it for Sanders. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Now Wentz on 3rd down. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. And for the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
They start on the ground with Geis. Space to maneuver at the 40. And finally, down at the 36-yard line. 39 yards there, a big one. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On second down, Love. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. On play action, Haskins. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front, because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been very...
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Darius Geis taking it in. And the Redskins are going to retake the lead. Extra point good by Hopkins. And the lead is now 14-10. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
On 2nd and 7, Wentz. It's caught by Sanders. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. On first down, Wentz. And complete to Zach Ertz. 23 yards, the final tally. So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision, because they do have the final call now.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This from 54 yards away. And this one is right down Broadway. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
81.
Switch gears.
Now a play fake. Wentz. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15. You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. Wentz on the give to Sanders. And they go backwards here. Losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. They'll go again with Sanders. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they look to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. So unable to get any yardage at all off of the screen there on 3rd down.
And ordinarily on 3rd down, that's when you want to bring pressure. You get all your guys who want to get after the quarterback. But how about the patience they showed? Read the play, snuffed it out, and made a nice stop.
On is the punter, Cook, who sends it away.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They scored a touchdown the last time they had the football, but things going to be a little bit more difficult this time.
Oh, certainly, because where they're starting, the goal isn't even thinking about a touchdown at this point. They're thinking about field position. A couple of first downs in order to give some room for their punter and maybe flip the field position for their defense.
Again, they run. Again, it's Geis. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On first down, here's Love. Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. Tackle that time by Jarquiski Tart. Now they'll look to Haskins to throw it. Looking sideline, incomplete. Was trying to get it to Terry McLaurin, and it's 3rd down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down.
Well, for teams that like to play man coverage, Running corner routes can be tough on them because of the ability of getting into it. Sometimes you're squaring it off. Sometimes you're just rounding it. Sometimes there's a fake. Sometimes there's not. That makes it very, very difficult for a DB to stay with it.
Back to the ground game now with Geis. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
Shotgun handoff now for Love. 8 yards on the run, and that cuts this down to a 3rd and about 5.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Here's Love again. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. A 5-yard loss there is going to bring up 4th down.
Not the result they were looking for there on 3rd down. They end up taking a loss on the play. Only person happy now, the punter. Gets to go out there and show Mom that he gets to play in the game.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
On 2nd and 12, Wentz. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. All right, Charles, as a former defensive back, how disheartening to actually catch it but just not be able to stay in bounds there defensively.
Well, extremely, because you know the rap against us defenders is that we're frustrated offensive guys who can't catch. And he caught it, just couldn't get his feet down in bounds. It's that second part that finished off the play for him.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Washington. An impressive 75-yard punt return. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. Hopkins with the extra point, and the lead is up to 8.
Makes the score, Redskins 4-1.
So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
36.
General West.
Running right, here's Sanders. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Working from the gun, Wentz. He's got the hook up here to Deshaun Jackson. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. 1 score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. The Eagles indeed snap it. Wentz. Got a man. It's Arcega-Whiteside. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. 27 yards, a big play there on fourth. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Wentz. Completes it to Davis. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Zach Ertz that time, and it's 3rd down. The Eagles on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Now Wentz again. Jones has it. And he's going to be about a yard or two short of the first here. He needed the 35 but didn't make it. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. Again, they'll throw with Wentz. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And this will be covered up. Pretty good result. It'll be down at the 14-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
3rd and 3.
Let's get that ball, man. Let's get that ball.
Haskins on 3rd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes the better punter may actually determine the outcome.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
218, chop, smooth.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. Open man, Arcega-Whiteside. That'll put him north of 100 yards receiving now in this divisional round game. And it's a 1st down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Wentz's throw taken in by Sanders. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 14 yards there and an Eagle first down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
Hey, Wahoo!
He'll look to throw. That's complete to Arcega-Whiteside. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A good pickup there, 21 yards. 1st and goal, a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside in the final minute as they now sit just a 2-point conversion away from tying this game up in the 4th quarter. And he's going to get into the end zone. The 2-point conversion successful, and we've got ourselves a tie football game. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25. A couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play, but if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage.
It's caught inside the 25. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21.
And this is obviously a spot where you lean on your stars. Get the ball to them in open space and let them do what they do.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Now a give, right side, it's Geis. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19. Now they get the timeout. It leads you to wonder, will they kick it here or risk running another play and possibly not getting down in time? We'll see. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Check three.
They stay on the ground. Geis again. Sharp move, but can't find much space. Dropped just inside the 20. And they're going to get the timeout called. What a finish. We're down to 4 seconds to go in this football game. So now it all comes down to Dustin Hopkins. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. So now it all comes down to Dustin Hopkins. This would put them in the NFC title game. And this one is right through. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. Well, sometimes you get a mismatch in these divisional round games. Not here. This has been everything we could have hoped for.
Okay, Brandon, don't get mad at me, but it's time for the old cliche.
Bring it.
Neither of these teams deserves to lose, but in the end, it's looking like the late field goal is going to be the difference in this game.
That's a good cliche. We'll let that one go. And looking at it from the perspective of the losing side here in this divisional round, it all ends so abruptly, doesn't it? A few hours ago, you got all this hope and anticipation of maybe a deep run, and now you're out of it.
Well, let's applaud the team that won, and rightly so. They're moving on. They still have a chance to get to the big game. But let's not bury the team that lost. I think I do a lousy job of illuminating what a great year they had. Let's face it, when it's all said and done, they were one of 8 teams left with a chance to get to and win the Super Bowl. That's a pretty darn good season.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. It's a win for the Redskins as we say so long from FedEx Field.
Squad like, what? In the field like, yeah, all day like,